Rock fans, take note. We are headed back to the 80s tomorrow night. Two amazing tribute acts to the music of Van Halen and Journey. They'll be happening tomorrow night at the Columbia County Performing Arts Center, part of the Retro Concert Music Series.
We spoke with Doug Ballard, band member of the Journey tribute act Departure, about what to expect and more.
Doug, hey, thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Glad to be here. Hey, how are y'all?
Hey, actually looking forward to the big show tomorrow night. You and then 84, the Van Halen tribute going to be at the Columbia County Performing Arts Center. Doug, how did you get your start? Was Journey the original goal for what you wanted to do as a musician?
Well, maybe not the original goal for me personally, but we really formed the band around a vocal. Brian Williams, the lead vocalist, was doing karaoke, and he sang a Journey tune. He was only like 24 years old or so, really young guy, and just blew us away, those that heard it. And we just had to follow that up with a conversation about, hey, would you like to sing in a professional band? And we put something around it. So it's been 17 years, still doing it.
Wow.
Yeah, and Doug, such an iconic band. So what goes into recreating Journey on stage?
Well, a lot of study on the front end. We had to learn the material, obviously, and we wanted to put a package together that really was more entertainment oriented rather than necessarily pretending to be a band. So we put a lot of thought around, recreating that experience from the 80s when Journey was so prominent on the radio everywhere, lots of live shows, and they're still doing it today. But we really wanted to be about the audience's experience, and we just love the material.
And obviously that material covers so much. There's so many mainstay hits that you're going to be able to perform. But in your opinion, what's the most underrated Journey song?
Oh my gosh, that's a loaded question, dude. I mean, quite frankly, the musicianship that goes into most of the material is underrated and underappreciated. But I would say for me personally, Center My Love, just the way that song, it's a ballad, but it just speaks the emotion that comes through that song and how it was written and put together. Underappreciated and really I don't think audiences really pay attention to some of those nuances. But as a musician, just a lot of fun to play.
And now, have you seen Journey live?
Oh, many times.
And so what did you take away from seeing them live, especially now that you're a part of the tribute?
Well, they've evolved over the years, obviously. In the 80s, they were just high energy, just all over the place, and they were just about having a good time and really representing their material that way. Now they've matured, obviously, and so we want to try to keep it back to where it was more that early 80s experience. But watching them live, really appreciating still that magic, abilities in terms of guitar and the keyboards and just the writing that went into all that. It's just a great appreciation for it that we all have.
Doug, there's a lot of, there were impersonators out there, tribute shows out there that are all around. But do you guys ever like to put your own style or flair into your performance when you're performing Journey?
No doubt about it. I mean, we try to represent the material, as it was written and performed historically. But we are who we are. Our personalities come through the show, the energy that we exude, those types of things. It's really a healthy mix of, what Journey was trying to portray in their live music, and then our own flair, I guess, as you said.
All right. It is a trip back to the 80s tomorrow night at the Columbia County Performing Arts Center with not one, but two great tribute acts, 84, the Van Halen tribute, and then you've got Doug Ballard, bass player with Departure, and the Journey tribute. You can get your tickets at the box office or online at Ticketmaster.com. Part of the Retro Music Concert Series. Doug, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having us, and come out and enjoy the show.